Guys, a little real talk, I am going crazy. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. I'm currently getting ready to film the podcast. I'm actually I'm not behind, like I will be on time. We record at 11 a.m. on Fridays normally, but I'm the type of person, like I am hair, makeup, everything ready by 10 minimum. And right now it's 10:19, so I feel a little bit behind. I'm actually in a little bit of pain. I've had a very slow morning. I don't even know what the next couple of days are going to hold because I had all these things I want to get done. I could barely move. And I'm not sure if this is pregnancy related or what. I somehow like tweaked my back. That is the only way to describe it. It happened in the most random way where I didn't even do anything. Like I had a totally normal active day yesterday. Went to the gym, all of that. Went for a walk, came home, living my life, and then I went to go do the freaking laundry. I'm taking sheets out of the laundry, and it's not even like oh my gosh, I jerked. Like, no, I was literally just like this, like grab, that even hurts, that right there. Yep. Just like grab the sheets, and it was like this just sharp, awful pain went right down my back. If you guys are curious about the exact location, like, oh, I have foundation on my hand, but like, it's like my upper/middle right back. It's the weirdest thing, and it's just so painful. And I was waiting for Zach to get home from work. He got home, and I asked, like, can you rub into my back? Like, I was thinking maybe like rubbing, like massaging it out. Oh my, he literally, like, this is my back. He went like this before he could even put pressure. I was like, get off me. Like, it's so painful. It's so painful. Like, I just feel like I need like heat on it. I've been putting ice on it, but I feel like heat sounds really good. So anyway, all that to say, this is pregnancy. I'm pretty sure it's pregnancy related. I've never had back problems until I got pregnant. And by the way, I always forget to say how many weeks I am in my vlogs. I have to cover up this bug bite on my face that I got overnight, which is like the most alarming thing ever. Like, what went on while I was sleeping? But today I am, I believe, 18 weeks, 4 days. I have this app. It's like the what to expect when you're expecting app. Totally recommend for anyone who is currently pregnant. Oh, I'm actually 18 weeks, 5 days. Baby as big as a cucumber. And then it's really cool, this app. It gives you tips each day. Like each day you can unlock a new tip. So yesterday's was get your steps in on the day I hurt myself and can barely walk or sit up. So that's awesome. And then today's is check your hands. Do the palms of your hands look as if you've touched a hot pan? You could have palmar erythema, a skin condition in which the palms of the hands or the soles of the feet appear redder or darker than normal. The good news is it disappears after you've given birth. No, but we can do the hand check. You guys know my hands used to be bright orange because of the sweet potatoes, and now they've returned to their white glow. But yeah, so that one clearly didn't really apply to me. But the app is really cool. I know it really probably doesn't look like it to you guys, but last night I self-tanned for the first time in like a very long time, just on my face and my neck, like not on my hands or anything, or my body. Not that you self-tan your hands, but you know what I mean, like my body. I feel like I look like a different person. Like I'm looking in the mirror like, what? Like my glow has returned. However, I do feel proud that I've matured at least enough where I would rather be pale as day than be orange. And that was not the case. Like in high school and college, I would rather be orange than pale. And that is not good. All right, just finished getting ready. Don't judge the outfit. I'm just wearing sweats on the bottom and then a cute little ruffly top on top. But I've realized I actually have an issue with my podcast setup because if you look at some of the old clips, I look pink. Like I look like I have a pink tint to me, and I was trying to figure out like what. I don't look like this in real life. I know I don't. It's because of my desk. This desk is very old. I got it, I think, in 2017, and it's been through a lot. So I put some pink stuff over it because the top is absolutely disgusting. It has like stains and curling iron marks, and it's just not looking too hot, but I really might have to get rid of it, like somehow, some way, because I don't want to look pink. Okay, it definitely Doesn't look great. As you can see, it's a little beat up, but honestly, it gets the job done. One of these days, it really is my dream to get a new desk and also a new computer chair. This one's fine. It's just not comfortable. Like, it's more aesthetic, and I'm definitely more about the comfort nowadays. But this is fine. I'm literally out of breath from that. That is so pathetic. It is my worst nightmare, and anyone's worst nightmare. It's when you're pushing. The baby's not coming out, and then maybe the baby's heart is dropping, and you need to get this baby out as fast as possible. They literally, I don't know if they take a knife or scissors or what, they just tear you open. They tear you. They literally just go whoop. Oh my gosh, guys. Gaby and I had a whole, like, we don't have a script or anything when we're recording podcasts, but I just jot a few things down on the notes app on my phone, just regarding the topics and things I want to remember to say. We had it all planned. We were going to talk about TV news contracts. It recently came out that non-competes are possibly going to be banned, which, if you guys aren't familiar with that, basically it really sucked in our industry and several others. Let's say I work at Local 12 and I'm just not happy with my job anymore. I, based on my contract, because of course I have a non-compete, every single reporter or anchor does, cannot work at any other station in town for a year. That's not feasible for most people. Like, I can't just sit out from work for a year, right? AKA, I'm never gonna leave Local 12 in that situation. So they just recently passed it that non-competes are going to be banned. They're going to fight it in court, so it's not actually a thing yet. And that would be huge. So we were going to talk all about contracts, some things people don't even realize were in our contracts, some like juicy stuff. We were 50 minutes into recording, just catching up and like talking about like childbirth and all of these other topics, when I'm like, Gaby, like we have to scratch the episode we thought we were going to do. Like, our catch up that was supposed to be for like 3 minutes ended up being, well, it ended up being the whole episode. So it's just going to be a super chatty, fun episode this week of random topics that I think were pretty interesting and juicy, such as childbirth. I haven't really talked about that much on YouTube, but that certainly has been on my mind lately. And actually, speaking of that, we can make our way downstairs. I had my cute little podcast guest. He's going to be following me in approximately 5 seconds because that's what he does all day. And I feel so bad. Like, I feel bad going up and down the stairs because, are you ready for it? 3, 2, 1. We're going on a journey downstairs, little guy. He's like, what? But speaking of childbirth, I am currently reading a book that everyone recommended. It's called Ina May's Guide to Childbirth, which I know, like, you shouldn't go crazy with the parenting books and the pregnancy books and the birth books, but I genuinely find learning things to be fun. Like, so I just enjoy learning. I enjoy all of that. And I'm actually going to be going to the library, hopefully today, to return some of my other books. I'm just taking a break from my normal reads so that I can learn a little bit more about all of it. Like, I know nothing about babies, and I'm very happy that I'm going to be starting these books. Just got back from the library. I'm always so excited when I pick up these books. I've been like addicted to the library lately. Like, my Kindle is collecting dust. I'm such a Kindle advocate, guys. It is how I got into reading. It's how I was able to start reading so fast, just because I could go, book after book after book with the library. Obviously, when you finish a book, then you have to go back out and get another one. But I just love having these hardcovers. But oh my goodness, I'm excited because the timing could not be any more perfect. My fridge is currently empty. When I say empty, I mean like we just have like a few drinks in there. Like, it's so bad. And my Hungry Root has arrived, which Hungry Root, you guys know, this is the meal delivery service / online grocery store. It's both that I've been using for over a year now. Zach and I use it probably about once or twice a month, where for a full week, we don't have to think about anything. We don't have to go grocery shopping. I don't have to think about like meals we might like. We pick out 4 or 5 meals, and then dinner is set for that week, and we have been loving it. I will say, I'm about to be eating it for lunch just because I have no groceries. This is just so perfect, and I'm really excited about this week's meals because Zach actually picked them out. I gave him full control. I thought it'd be fun for him to go through the database because there are over 2,000 recipes to choose from, and my Hungry Root is so customized to what I eat, what I don't. So for example, I have it on there that I am dairy-free, can't have nuts. What else? I don't eat like eggs, cheese, just because of allergies. In my Hungry Root database, I don't see any recipes with any of my allergens. Like, I can't tell you how huge that is, that I don't have to go through and be like, but is there eggs? Like, does it contain milk? Like, Oh my gosh, it makes it so much easier. And one of the best parts about Hungry Root, first of all, it's types of recipes they have. Like, that's just the type of food I like to eat. Really nourishing, healthy, but still so tasty meals. And also, they give you full-size groceries. Like, this will be for one of our dinners this week, but obviously, like, the recipe is only gonna call for like what? Like 2 teaspoons, if that. And then we can create more recipes out of this. So what Zach and I have been doing, we have our set dinners with the recipes that we can follow to a T, and then we can mix and match these with our lunches throughout the week, which just saves you so much money. Like, it's not one of those meal delivery services that you're just getting like little packets. Like, here and there might be something that they give you a packet, but for the most part, we've been able to create so many meals out of our boxes.
What's the angle? I'm not playing that game. It's the same business with a different name.
Okay, I may or may not have just committed a cardinal sin and tried this off camera because I'm starving. This is so good, which I say every single week. We have not had a bad meal. I don't even know how many meals we've had at this point. We've probably had like over 100. Every time we're like, what the heck? And the reason we're like, what the heck is because it's so simple, so easy. Most meals I choose are like 10 to 15 minutes to make. You can do more intricate meals. It's just all about what you want. Totally customizable to you. Like, you're gonna be able to take a quiz at the beginning, and Hungry Root will use that quiz, and then also just you picking out meals each week to determine like what types of things do you like, where it becomes so seamless. They recommend meals for you each week. You could do all 4 of their recommendations, or say, hey, no, I wanna make my own menu this week. So you can make it as like simple or as intricate as possible, which I just love. I'm gonna have a link below, and the first 100 people who use the code ClancyBurke40 will get 40% off their first order. This is for if you live alone and you just want single meals, or you can customize it to a family of 4, 5, 2. Obviously, it's just me and Zach. And yes, he is getting the leftovers. Like, he'll have the leftovers for dinner tonight. But anyway, I'll have that link below. Thank you so much to Hungry Root for working with me on this video. I just pulled up to Target, and guys, a little real talk, I am going crazy. I don't even know what to say other than, like, I just need to take a chill pill. I'm coming here to test out strollers because right now I was about to say I'm in the midst of creating a baby registry. I haven't even started at all, but I know I need to. Which, can I just say, I feel so odd about creating a baby registry as it is because it just feels so odd to me to be like, buy these things for me. And like, I know people are happy to, but like, what? No, but like, people shouldn't have to buy things for my baby. I don't know. My mom is throwing me a small baby shower in New York. I'm a firm believer. Like, I'm not inviting friends, like obviously Carly and her family, but like, I just feel like it's one of those things like no one wants to go to. Like, I don't know. So like, I just feel awkward. Like, I don't want people to feel obligated. And I certainly don't want people to feel obligated to buy things for my baby. Like, it just feels so strange to me. And like, granted, when I'm in the shoes though of the buyer, like, I'm happy to do it. I get excited like looking at the registry, but it just feels weird when the tables are turned. And my biggest concern right now, why I haven't even created the registry, I need to figure out, what am I doing about the stroller situation? And if you're not a mom, you're probably like, what do you mean? Like, literally just put on any old stroller. It's no big deal. Oh, you'd be mistaken. Guys, okay, first of all, let's talk about the price range in strollers. It starts at like, I mean, literally, I'm sure you get it like $15. I don't know what it starts at, but it starts at very little. It goes all the way up to like $1,500, $1,600, $1,700. And where a lot of my, I don't know, like anxiety, if that's the word, where a lot of that's coming in, every human that I know in real life keeps recommending me this particular stroller that is $1,000. $1,000. That's like almost a 20th of the price I paid for this car. Like, that's insane. But everyone is like, you need this in your life. Like, you will regret it. This is the one thing you need to splurge on. But then at the same time, I did a little poll on Instagram stories. I'm getting 50% of people saying that. And then the other 50% are like, you don't need to splurge. It's just a stroller. It's no big deal. And so that leads me to where I am, because I'm the type of person, if something is really worth it, like for example, these sweatpants, these sweats are like $50. That's very expensive for sweats for me. Worth it. Worth it. They are so, can we do a little reveal? Like, you see how stretchy they are. They're so great. Worth it. But I don't want to throw my money away for nothing. And plus, my feeling is, I'm like, is it because of the aesthetic? Like, some of these expensive strollers look very pretty. I don't care. I've never been the type of person who cares, because I've been on like all of the threads, all of the baby mom threads. My thing is, I don't want to be like lugging around like an awful stroller or like have it like not work, have the baby uncomfortable. But then I have seen some moms who got like the cheaper brands and they've written like, I feel self-conscious at the park, like with the other moms, like that I'm strolling around this one. If that's the case, I don't care. I've never been the type to care about like the car I drive or the car other people like I don't even know what brands are. Like, so anyway, like I'm just so confused on what's worth the money and what's not. And I'm literally like just trying to tell myself, Clancy, even if you make the quote unquote wrong decision, nothing's gonna happen. It's not a big deal. I just feel so pressured to spend all of this money. And not to mention, like, so if I put this on my registry, you don't put it on for like one person to buy. You put it on for like people to gift, like go in on it together. So like if one person gives 20, the other person gives 20, one person gives 10, you know what I mean? Like you would never expect someone to obviously buy you a stroller. And like, yeah, also just putting a stroller on my registry just makes me feel like, I don't know, weird. Like once again, like I just feel weird with people buying me things. So anyway, I'm just being honest, like that's where I currently am. I realize and I recognize this is actually a very good problem to have in life, where there is so much variety, there are so many options, and this is a great problem. Just every person in my real life is like, oh my gosh, go for the more expensive one, and I'm just like, I just don't think I could do it. I just don't think I can. But so basically, why I'm here, I'm about to just look at these strollers, push them around. Well, I don't think you can push them around. I think they're like tied down, but like just I need to observe like these cheap strollers. Can they do the job? Because that's all we need. Also, another thing that is stressing me out amidst all of my research, for every person who's like, oh my gosh, I love this stroller, it's great, there's another person who's like, this stroller ruined my life, it destroyed everything. Not really, but like, I'm telling you, it's very mixed reviews. I have come to the conclusion that those $1,000 strollers, even like the $600, $700, $800 ones, could be useful for many people. For instance, if you live in a city or your main transportation is walking, but I drive everywhere, the stroller is really just going to be for strolls around the neighborhood, obviously going into stores. And yeah, it's so confusing because then people are like, well, what if you have a second child soon after and then it's a double stroller? Like, so should you get a single that can be converted to a double? But no. I'm just going to get a very reasonably priced stroller now and worry about that later. That's just what we're going to have to do. So I just had to see for myself. I'm like, some of the things people are saying, are these strollers going to fall apart? I really think part of it, like for example, there's a stroller in there called the Mockingbird that's like $500, maybe $450. It didn't feel any better than the cheaper ones. I think it was just the aesthetics, and I just really don't care about that. So anyway, I'm glad we solved this problem. This is just one very crucial element of motherhood, just spending money, because companies know they can certainly, like mothers, like we are so vulnerable. We just want the best for our kids. And I really think my baby's going to be okay without a $1,000 stroller. Right back. Whew. Okay, I just went for a little run. Emphasis on the word little. I'm no longer doing like my 3-mile loops at all. But I wanted to give a little update on the bump situation. I've been getting so many questions about it, like on Instagram. It's literally just like severe bloating right now. And like this stage is probably the most self-conscious stage of them all, because you would not know I am pregnant, but I really look like I had quite the dinner last night. It's a lot later. Today was one of the most dreamy days I could possibly imagine. It was just storming on and off all throughout the day, and I've talked about it before. Sometimes I just crave rain because it gives me an excuse to do absolutely nothing. And I feel like that's one thing I want to take away from this pregnancy and even just continue after pregnancy. And it's just to be a little lazy and to be okay with that, because I'm just one of those people. I feel so guilty if I'm just laying around doing nothing. Today's Saturday. Like, it's Saturday. I should not feel guilty, but I've talked about before, like, my days are all messed up with Zach's new job because he works weekends, so today doesn't feel like Saturday, and I did the smallest amount of editing for our podcast, and then seriously was just reading this book, by the way. I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it. It is definitely not my typical read happy place. Like normally I read the opposite of this, like all about doom, gloom, sadness, kidnapping, like just, I love thrillers. This is actually really good so far. Like it's not as captivating as my thrillers, like those are just insane, but I'm about halfway through and like it's a very readable read and I'm interested to see where the story will go. But as for tonight, we are doing one of those very rare things that we don't do often, going out sans Asher. And no, this is not my outfit for tonight. Like the shirt can stay. Obviously I'm gonna change into other pants, but I like to stay in my sweats as long as possible. As for the plans, like couldn't tell you because Zach made them. It's through his college friends. It's one of their wives. I always get confused, like who's a wife, who's a fiance, who's a girlfriend. Basically just one of our friends' birthdays, but due to the fact that Zach is the one making the plans, I don't know what is going on because I don't know what it is. Like I don't know if something happened in his childhood. Like I've seriously like thought like there has to be a psychological thing or a trauma. But God forbid I asked like, what time are the plans? Where are the plans? Like he just does not like to discuss specific. And half the time like it's because he doesn't even ask these things to his friends. It's just the weirdest thing, but I like knowing these things. Like I like having a time because I don't want to be doing, you know, my mascara when we have to be out the door in 4 minutes. You know what I mean? So that's something that I've had to adapt to. I got ready very early today because I'm like, anytime he comes home, I'm ready. But yeah, I like genuinely don't know what we're doing. I know like the area we're gonna be in, Covington, Kentucky. And God forbid, before I asked, are they gonna be eating dinner? And like, that was just too crazy of a question that he couldn't even answer. Oh, hello, my little Bobby. By the way, this toy, amazing. I can link it below. I think it's called like a Rough and Tough. It's indestructible. Like this guy destroys every single fluffy toy, which stinks because he loves his little fluffies. It is indestructible even with his puppy teeth, and they have other, like this is like a, what is this, Ash? Like a rabbit? Yeah, it's a rabbit. Get your rabbit! All right, this is what we're working with tonight. I fully admit it would look so cute with little booties, but I can't. Like comfort has to be key. Well, tonight has taken a turn. It's dark, I don't know if you guys can tell. And it's so funny, Zach, I was just talking behind your back and gossiping about how you hate when I ask you what the plans are for the night.
Yeah, I do, and it's up in the air, and we didn't even do the plan. So,
I know!
So this is exactly why I don't like talking about the plan.
I'm grateful.
Because it needs to be fluid.
But in my defense, like, you have to tell me, like, the time, like...
I don't know the time.
But, like, find out the time then. But regardless... We didn't even end up doing that because we stopped over a neighbor's house who we had never met. Zach like knew someone who we found out they live in our neighborhood. First of all, I was very nervous. I didn't know Zach's friend was there. I thought we were literally just walking in a house in which no one we knew was there and we were supposed to just be like, hello, like where, like I was very nervous about that situation. But it ended up being so nice. I'm so sorry. Zach, I have to get a new camera. It's gonna bite into the budget a little bit. Not that we even have a budget.
What are we even talking about?
But it's definitely not good. Oh my gosh, my camera is so bad. But that was so nice. So we, it's 9 p.m. Are not going to the original plans. We're just gonna go get dinner.
Yeah, so I'm glad we didn't have a hard set plan.
Zach, this is the only time that has ever happened. Like,
what
ever.
What do you mean? I always go with the flow. My life was so much smoother when I was just able to go with the flow always. Not with this planner that, again, it didn't even matter.
Code word when you were single.
Yeah, when life was easy and free. But it's better now. I'm so much happier.
He tells himself that every morning.
I wake up.
Morning, guys. I just had to cut my run short because I don't know what it is. My heart rate was just like skyrocketing, and oh my gosh, sorry. If there's one thing I'm doing this pregnancy, it's not pushing myself. So that's fine. I'm just going to continue this walk, pick Asher up, walk him as well. But I just wanted to say I am so sorry about the freaking camera last night and my camera in general. I promise things will improve. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will talk to you later.